Any question before we get rolling?
Pertaining to what?
Anything.
Oh,
Remember last
okay.
week you threw in that powerful question right at the end of the meeting?
Yes.
And I had asked earlier, anybody had questions?
Well, I've been pondering it, and I don't hate my mother, and I don't know what that's supposed to mean anyway, because I don't have it in me to hate anyone, much less my mother. So that terminology is really something that I struggle to understand, because in my household, that was like using a cuss word to even use that word, and it just seems so extreme.
It's in everybody's house. You can't say out loud, unless you're a white kid. You can't say out loud, I hate my mom, I hate you. I be counseling with white kids and their family, and the mother would say something that made the kids mad, and there'd be little kids. And the kid like, shut the F up, mama. Mom, you lying, Mom. I'm like, what the? It was a black mama, she would slap you across the room. But you can't say it. So you don't, your mother's sparred now, but you didn't resent your mother at all. She never made you angry or anything.
I understand. I completely agree with you in terms of forgiving
Right.
the mother. I totally get that part.
Did she ever make you angry?
Yes.
And so did you think anger was love or hate?
Well, that's the thing. I mean, most children are going to get angry when their parents tell them not to do something that is for their protection.
Not if they tell her with the right spirit.
Well, I don't mind. Well, okay.
So when you to get angry at your mother, did you think that was love or hate?
I don't think it was either. I think it was a natural response to, it wasn't like a volatile exchange. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like.
It doesn't have to be a bottle, like to fight. It doesn't have to be that serious like that. Angry pure is evil.
Okay, well.
I don't want to make you see that you resented her. So when your mother, last week we talked about how when you went to college and you saw sluts, girls that were sluts, and you thought, I'm never going to be a slut. I'm not a slut. Did you realize that was judgment?
I didn't at that time, but I do understand.
And what do you understand about it now?
What do you mean about that? That the judgment is just as bad as doing the thing, because it's like we're playing God. So I get all of that, but I don't understand why you're using the term hate. It just seems so extreme to me to describe a feeling that I would have toward my own mother. I think that every child is going to have some degree of resentment then, because our parents do the best to protect us, right?
Every child hate the mothers.
What do you mean by hate then? I mean, how, and
Like,
first
I
of
hate
all,
you,
how
Mom.
can,
Shut the F up.
well, okay, you're saying that we don't have the capacity to love, so how do we have the capacity to hate? That doesn't make sense to me.
That's a good statement. Repeat that.
You're saying we don't have the capacity to love anyone, so then how do we have the capacity to hate?
The young lady behind you want to tell you.
I think the reason we don't have the capacity to love is because we're filled with evil the second we pop out of the womb. The evil spirit is passed through us, through our mother, which would give us the capacity to hate and be born with that innate anger. That's what
And then
I'd
how
say.
do you have the capacity to love?
Well,
You did say that too, right?
she said we don't have the capacity to
Oh, she
love.
said if we don't have the capacity to love, how do we have it to hate? Oh, I see.
So I think we naturally just have the innate ability to hate because we're born. I think God's intention was that we were born perfect, but the spirit of Satan has been traveled through the woman generationally since the beginning of time. So You know, if my mom doesn't know any better and can't see, and she's raising me and I come out of her womb, like, I'm going to naturally just be filled with that anger and not have been, like, really know any different. Even though, and I think that's where, like, the breakthrough is that we've just had it all upside down this whole time.
Would you accept it better if I said you were angry, your mother made you angry?
Yeah, well, I still don't, I don't understand how we would have, so if we hate, it isn't us hating. It's the devil hating through us, just like when we love, it isn't us loving, it's God loving through us, right?
Would you accept it better if I said your mother made you angry?
I mean, yeah. Look, I had a great relationship with my mom. I enjoyed hanging out with her. I enjoy hanging out with my brothers. I enjoy hanging out with my immediate family just as friends. Like, I would hang out with them if I were not related to them. I think I hit the family jackpot, but in terms of what you're saying about the forgiveness, I agree with everything you say, Jesse. It's just the terminology that's getting me stuck. And when you said that Sunday before last, I remember you saying at the end of the service
that everybody hated their mother.
Yes, and I had a reaction to it. Like,
right.
I felt some ping of anger or something. And in that moment, I thought, oh, this is the perfect opportunity for me to sit with this and look at myself,
right.
because I was going to raise my hand in that moment. But I just thought it would be better for me, because I know you always say it's better, pardon me, that you see it for yourself. So I get all of it. It's just that term that I'm having a bit of an issue.
So when I said that, you felt what that moment?
I agitated. I think that would be the same thing as anger, right?
Right, yeah. And who was feeling agitated in you?
It wasn't me, that's for sure.
Who was it?
Okay, I understand what you're saying.
Okay,
now.
what?
I get it.
Okay, what?
Okay, now I totally get it. You just, bing,
the
what? Light went off. That's the enemy. I have to look at that.
And who is the enemy?
The devil.
And
that spirit of the devil. It's a demon.
And you thought at the time that was you getting agitated?
I kind of did, but then I caught myself and I realized that was the enemy, because when I resisted the urge to raise my hand, I literally, the voice inside me was going nuts and you even made eye contact with me a couple of times, and I'm like, I feel like you know everything. Like, I feel like you can see through. So I'm like, I bet you he knows that I need to ask this question, and I'm like suppressing it.
That's the
like
devil
all
tell you
kinds of
that
things.
too? I wouldn't even think of that.
I know. I know. A whole scenario played out in that moment.
Right.
Like within 5 minutes, a whole scenario.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Amazing.
And when I got home, I realized, oh my gosh, I just engaged with the devil that whole entire time.
Yeah.
But then what confused me a little bit is when I came back, like last Sunday, and you were like, that was the devil who had you not ask the question. So I'm like, well, what is it? Where do I go with that? Because I felt like it was the devil wanting me to ask the question. And then last Sunday, you were like, oh, that was the devil.
I have something even better for you. You ready?
Yes.
You are pure evil.
I am? Why? I don't feel evil. Like, I don't even hold grudges. Like, it's not in my DNA. I literally love people. I've been harmed by people.
You don't love people.
And really? You don't think
You're
so?
evil to the core.
Well, I appreciate people.
Nope.
Why do you say that, Jesse?
Because you are.
Why? Like, why are you saying that? I don't understand.
Because you are.
In what ways?
Period.
How so? Like, what do you see? What are you seeing that I'm not seeing? Like, why are you saying that?
That you're evil. She just walked in and bucketed her eyes. Another evil devil bucketed her eyes about the other devil. Did you know you're evil? Right here. You know that you're evil?
Absolutely.
And how do you know you're evil?
How do I know? Well, because I don't respond in my true self. It's very cover up.
Give me an example of what you mean.
An example. Like, I don't know, the best way I can put it is if I'm really like in huge disagreements or someone's trying to make me do something I don't want to do, I don't straight up say, hey, I don't like you for making me do something I don't want to do and X, Y, Z. I just say, oh, no, that's what I want to do. No, you're right. Whatever.
But even your personality is evil.
How
It's
can a
total
personality?
covered up.
But how? Well. But how does that happen?
Good question. That's the $1 million question.
Of how that happens?
Yeah.
So we're not even really who we are.
Everyone in this room is pure evil. There's not one in this room you can trust. Oh, I shouldn't have said that. I wanted the devil to drive you nuts first. She felt a little better when I said that. Because she was sitting there like this. And then, like that guy in that movie. And then when I said everybody evil, she went. What were you thinking just before I said that?
You are really good. That is so amazing what I just witnessed with you.
I saw the devil working all through her.
That was so on point. And I get it. This is so basic. It is so basic. I am not who I am. I already know this. But that's the thing. I know these things. I know these principles. I see glimpses of, oh my gosh, I'm getting it. But then I feel like I regress. And I go back to square one when I know that I know that I know these things.
And what we're going through you before I said, and I shouldn't have said it right away, but before I said everybody.
I'm like, how am I, as she's talking, I'm like, I am so direct. I've made people so furious because I'm so direct and because I think I'm so authentic and genuine, but
that's
I'm
the
not.
devil sitting there having a major conversation with her.
I know.
You, all these things, how could he be saying that about you? You made people feel a certain way. You this, you that. And you're like sitting there, yeah. That N-word. I can't believe that. I ain't never come back here. That N-word that told everybody I'm evil. That's sitting there, you sitting there talking to the devil right now.
I know. It's so crazy. It is so deep. This whole journey is just so deep because it's like,
Yeah.
I want to keep grabbing my identity back because that's all I've known.
Yes. Absolutely. And as long as you're grabbing it back, you will never be saved.
I know. Well, I do the silent prayer and day and night, so I'm optimistic.
Amazing. What? What, devil? Yes.
It's just funny to me. I mean, just hearing all of this. Because you had said, like, this year, a lot of people's feelings are going to get hurt. And, you just...
We can't play with the devil no more this year.
Yeah. And I'm starting to see it, and it's just so... I don't want to say scary, but it's like, wow, it's really happening right now.
And so did you think you were not evil?
Oh, no. I
know
knew
you were
something
evil.
was
Oh,
up.
Yeah.
But I didn't know to that extent.
Does your boyfriend ever call you evil?
Ooh. He doesn't say the word evil.
He said the B word.
Oh, no. No. He might feel that way of wanting to say that, but he doesn't say that.
Yeah.
He's like, Shy, you're crazy. Or like, there you go in your head.
He said you're crazy.
Yes.
He said you're evil.
Oh. Well,